Hello children, very good morning to all of you. So in my previous video, we started with a parallel lines and a lines and angle chapter. So we learned what is a parallel lines and a transversal line and the different angle made by the transversal line with respect to the parallel lines. So they are nothing but corresponding angles, alternate interior angle, alternate exterior angle, and the interior angles on the same side of a transversal. So these are the angles that we learned, and the result based on this angles also we learned as a theorem as well as the axiom. So the first result that we learned was with respect to the corresponding angle. So it states that if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So the next one is the reverse of that. That is, if a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. Just remember the result like this. If corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. The other way is, if the lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are equal. So then, with respect to the alternate interior angles also same thing. If alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. The next result will be if the lines are parallel, then the alternate interior angles are equal. Okay, so that is with respect to the alternate angle. Then we learned with respect to the linear pair, that is the sum of, always remember, the pair of the interior angles on the same side of a transversal is always supplementary. They add up to 180 degree. So these are the results that we learned under parallel lines, and we discussed few problems also, and I gave some homework. Hope you were able to do the homework problems in that with respect to that result. That was an easy problem, and few have asked the doubts, have clarified it also. So now coming to the exercise part of it. So let me start with the exercise 6.2 in today's class. So let me see the results or the the problem based on all the concept. So hope now your results and everything are with you and you're clear with that, because like when we are doing the problems, we use different results or different scenarios. Okay, so you should be thorough with all the theorems as well as the axioms. So coming to the first problem. So in the figure exercise 6.2, the first problem, in figure, find the value of x and y and then show that AB is parallel to CD. So let me see the figure first. So this is a figure for the given problem. So always remember, in a geometry I told you, like many times I've been telling you also, the figure is very important. So here they're saying that find the values of x and y. Then show that AB is parallel to CD. So when can I say that the line AB is parallel to CD? Just now we learned the result. First thing is, if corresponding angles are equal, then I can say that the lines are parallel, or alternate interior angles are equal, then also I can say that they are parallel. So let me just look at the value of x and y, where it comes. So here it is, x is here and the y is here. So what is the angle that is made with x and y? It's nothing but, you can see it is in a z form. When it is in a z form, what is the angle that I told you? It's nothing but the alternate interior angle. So we are going to find the value of x and y now and check whether the value of x and y are equal. If the value of x and y are equal, so I can say that x and y are alternate interior angle and they are equal. Therefore, the two lines AB is parallel to CD. So that is a brief idea about the problem solving. Okay, so now I'll be doing step by step. Okay, now first thing, can we find y directly from the figure? Yes. So always remember, like in geometry, just try to solve the problem with the help of figure completely. Then do the step by step. Writing is very simple. Understanding the problem is what? Very important. So here when you just look at this part, so what is the thing that comes to your mind? These two lines are intersecting. So these two angles, we call it as when the two lines are intersecting, the vertically opposite angles are formed. So can I say that these two are vertically opposite angle? Yes. So why? So therefore, and what is the result? We know with respect to vertically opposite angle, they are equal. So automatically I'm going to get the value of y here. Correct? So the value of y will be equal to 130. So that's the first step you're going to do it. Next, second step is, so this is a straight line. So this transversal is a straight line, right? So what should be the sum of these two equal to? So you are going to just tilt the figure in this case. Okay, so when you just tilt it, so this is a straight line. So this angle will be equal to, sum of these two should be equal to 180 degree. We call this as a linear pair. So the sum should be equal to 180 because linear pair, they are supplementary. So if this is 50, what should be this equal to? This should be equal to 180 minus 50, which is equal to 130. So the value of x is 130 as well as the value of y is also 130. So alternate interior angles are equal, therefore the lines are parallel. So that's what I'll be writing in my next slide. Okay, so you can just see that. So y is equals to 30. Directly I am writing because they are vertically opposite angles. So next, in this case, AB is a straight line. So this is AB is a straight line. So this one I'm going to call it as a PQ. So PQ stands on it. So therefore, sum of these two is equal to 180 degree. This point I'll call it as E, and this point I'll call it as F, and this one we call it as P and then Q, just for our reference. Okay. So sum of these two is 180. Therefore, X is equal to 130. So X is equals to Y is they are equal, and you can see that they are nothing but the pair of alternate interior angles which are equal. So from that I'm going to conclude that AB is parallel to CD. See, very simple. So always, like, understand the figure well and try to find out the answer with the help of the figure itself. And always remember, when you're writing the solution, you're supposed to write the figure, because like we say that AB is a straight line PQ. Without figure, if you write it, we'll get a 0 marks, because we don't know where is AB, we don't know where is CD, PQ and all. So figure is a must for any geometry solution. So let us move on to the next problem under the same exercise part. So in the given figure, if AB is parallel to CD, they are saying that AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD. This is also given by them. Okay, GED. Okay, so this angle, this complete GED. So this complete angle. Okay, so that complete angle, they are saying that it is equals to 126. So let me just write it with the pen. So this complete angle is nothing but 126. Let me write it. When we write it, that will be easy for the explanation part. You will also not get confused. So this complete angle here is 126 degree. So this is what they have already given to us. Okay. So now let us, try to understand now what we are supposed to find. So we are supposed to find angle A. This is A, G, E. So what is the first thing we are supposed to find? I'm going to write that in a different color now. So let me write that in some other color. Let me choose a blue color. So first thing is we are supposed to find AGE. So this angle we are supposed to find, right? So this is equals to question mark. Let me put a question mark here. Whatever we are supposed to find, let me put it question mark. And then angle GEF. So this is also a question mark in this case. This one can be founded very easily, like as you see the figure, you can tell me the answer for that. And then angle FGE. So this is FGE, and this angle also should be found. So now I'm going to try to explain with the help of the figure itself. First, try to understand how to do it. So first thing is, they have given angle GED is 126 degree. So this complete angle is 126 degree, but they are also saying that EF is perpendicular. So this is 90. So if this is 90, means what should be this angle is equals to? Obviously this should be equal to 126 minus 90. That's the first step. Hope you have understood. See, this is the complete angle is 126. In that, this part is 90. So this part should be equal to 126 minus 90. That's the first step. Okay. So now, since this is perpendicular, so this angle we know it. Okay. And then when you know that angle, so what is the angle that is made here? So you can see that these two lines are parallel and you can consider this as a transversal line. So these two we call it as the alternate interior angle. So we know that the alternate interior angles are equal. So therefore AGE is equal to 126. So this angle is known to us now. This angle also we got it. The only thing that is left out is this angle. So we know that sum of these two add up to 180 degrees. So this is 126 means this one should be 180 minus 126. That's it. So that have been explained in the next step. So that's how we are going to identify it and then tell me the answer. So first one is GED is equal to 126. Therefore AGE is also 126 because they are alternate interior angle. Okay, then later in the next step I told you that in order to find this angle, this one should be equals to 126 minus 90. So that is 126 minus 90, which is equal to 36 degree. And then in order to find this angle, this is 126. Some of these two are supplementary angle. So this angle should be equal to 180 minus 126. So that is 54 degree. Therefore angle AGE is equal to 126 degree, GEF is equals to 36 degree and FGE is equals to 54 degree. So this is how analyze the problem and then look at the figure and see what is given to you, and try to write all the answers in the figure itself. Then later step by step you can explain it and then write the answer in detail. So we'll discuss the next problem in my next video now.